Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope everyone's had a fantastic day and everyone's feeling fantastically well. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of September, and we are live. We are live despite all the odds. Obviously, at the moment, La Liga is happening, not Premier League, sorry, Carabao Cup is happening. Everything is kicking off, if you ask me. Barnsley versus Brighton is 1-0. Burnley 0-0 against Cardiff. Fulham 0-0 against Cambridge. Chelsea still haven't scored against Lincoln. Wickham 0-0. Basically, every single game, it is 0-0 at the moment as things stand, besides the Brighton game, of course. That is the scoop on Carabao Cup today. But of course, Tomorrow, Arsenal face Port Vale away in Carabao Cup. On top of all that, Madueke is out for 2 months. So that is some fantastic news we got today. So we're definitely going to talk about all that. And on top of all of the things, let's be real. The biggest thing about today is Arsenal's squad depth tomorrow is going to be tested. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not. Squad depth is going to be tested tomorrow. And of course, on top of all that, we have some waffle settings, Mikel Arteta press conference. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. So it's going to be a nuts one once again. So people, like the stream. If you haven't already, smash the thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. We are inching towards the big 1K, big 1,000 subscribers. 65 away, by the way. And of course, leave your thoughts down in the live chat. Big up, Andrew. Big up, Andrew. So hear me out. I actually read and listened to Arteta's presser and didn't find it that bad. Yes, a couple of stupid questions and stupid answers, but it wasn't all waffle. We're going to get into it. We're definitely going to get into it. So definitely we will see. We will judge that. We will judge that on this stream. However, there are some eerie issues. I had it seems like the fraud's getting pretty much annoyed with handbrake narrative. Dauman may not be even present in the squad. Hincapié is also probably out. Fantastic. Phenomenal. Big up PW. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Also, as I might be left wing, and we probably will put out fairly strong squad. Again, yeah, Saka is going to play, and all these men are going to play. Let's be real. In other news, sack that fraud. 100%. Sack him right now. But of course, what we're going to kick things off today is the news regarding, well, you guessed it. Yes, you guessed it. Arsenal's right wing, the main right wing choice while Saka was out, it's Noni. Noni, are you okay? Noni, are you okay? Are you okay, Noni? Noni Madueke is out for 2 months after sustaining a knee injury during the Sunday's 1-1 draw against Manchester City. And that is, I'm not gonna lie, that is some very, very, very bad news. Very bad news, because I'm not gonna lie, Saka is being rushed back because of this, and it's not looking great. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking great. Saka got rushed back at halftime because Madueke is now injured, and most likely Saka is also gonna start against Port Vale, so that is just insane to say the least. And of course, Saka is gonna play against Newcastle, but we're gonna focus on that after the Port Vale game, of course. But yeah, Madueke is out for 2 months, and this is on Mikel Arteta. Once again, this is on Mikel Arteta. And people may say, how this is on Mikel Arteta? So here is the answer to your question. With the 23-year winger sustained problem in first half on Sunday. It means that during the game, he felt something. He had a feeling, a painful one. And Mikel Arteta still persisted on playing him throughout the full first half. He didn't sub on Ranieri or nobody else. Let's be real. So Mikel Arteta has done it once again. Another injury on the Mikel Arteta record of horror. And we are looking into this, and it's not looking too well, to say the least, because the injuries that are piling up, again, it was inevitable. It was bound to happen eventually, but it is happening. It is happening. And that is a big, 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 big worry. Big worry, to say the least. And that is very scary thought to think about, even. Very big, scary thought. Big up, AJ. Big up, AJ. Hope you're doing well today. Happy birthday to your son. Thank you. Had a fantastic birthday. got a bike as a present, right, for the proper time, just as winter is coming. He got a bike, but it is what it is. But overall, yeah, fantastic birthday. Fans, family came along, had some good times, some fun, and everything. It was phenomenal, phenomenal. Now he's not sleeping yet, but he's drifting away into the promised land of what is called sleep. People, yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I honestly feel really sorry for Madueke. To be honest, same. Like, we have seen this before, haven't we? With Odegaard, Ben White, Saka, Havertz, and what's its face as well with Declan Rice. We have seen it all quite a few times, and nothing has changed over the years. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, and nobody's calling this out. Nobody is calling this stuff out. It's as if it happens out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, we get injuries. How about you investigate the training schedule, the training regime, the toughness of the trainings, intensity we're doing? How about you investigate the car park on which we have built the training ground, which means you have a much harder training ground in general? How about you investigate those things? How about you put some blame on Arteta, on training staff, medical staff, even to some extent? How about you do that? Not just say, oh, it's unlucky, unprecedented circumstances. Oh, well, internal solutions it is. How about that? Seriously, how about that for a change, huh? How about that for a change? Arteta out, big up Cooper. Big up Cooper. Arteta out, 100%. Big up, big up, big up, big up. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm tired and I'm knackered. I'm not going to lie. Haven't slept at all last night, but it is what it is. We go as we please, I guess. We do what we want to do. Congratulations was your son, my health first and foremost. Big up to you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. But yeah, Madueke is out, but it doesn't stop there. Doesn't stop there. Sky Sports today released this. Sky Sports today released this. Injuries to Arsenal forwards. Only forwards in 2025. And this is the list of injuries to Arsenal forwards alone in 2025. Jesus, Gabriel, Jesus twice, Martinelli, Havertz, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli, Trossard, Havertz, Saka once again, and now Noni Madueke. And this is just forwards, people. It doesn't include the defenders. It doesn't include the midfield. And the list already consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 injuries. On average, one per month. 12 injuries already. 12 injuries already, people. And as I said, that doesn't include midfield or defense. And nobody is calling this out. How about you look at the manager and everything? How about you do that for a change? Don't just say, oh, it was unlucky tackle. Anyone can get hurt in this way. No, they can't. Injuries happen. But for all the injuries that you see here, it's muscle injuries, it's knee injuries and muscle injuries. It's ACLs, it's hamstrings, it's knees. It's always the same injuries as well, people. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. And just like as we stink on the pitch, gameplay-wise, the common predominator also in this one is Mikel Arteta, unfortunately. Like, it's actually insane, to say the least. 2-0 Brighton, that's how you do it. First demolish Oxford, then go and say, ride with Barnsley. Yeah, exactly. Big up Hendon, Gunnar. Hope you're doing well. Happy birthday to your son. Thank you. But yeah, this is only on forwards. It doesn't include midfield and the attack, which is kind of nuts. It's actually insane, to say the least. But it doesn't stop there. I saw an interesting graph today. Not graph, a statement, and here it is. Arsenal have won just one of their 10, yes, 10 matches when Mikel Merino and Declan Rice have started in the midfield together. Yet Mikel Arteta still persists on playing them together like no tomorrow. 1 in 10, 10% success rate. Look at this. Lost to Bournemouth, drew against Liverpool, lost to Newcastle, drew against Everton, drew against Brighton, drew against Villa, drew against Everton, won against Ipswich Town. Yay! Relegation fodder. Lost to Liverpool and drew against Manchester City. Out of these 10 games, 1 win, 6 draws, people, and 3 losses. Make some goddamn sense. How this manager still persists on playing this midfield is actually insane. These are the results. The 10 times Mikel Merino and Declan Rice have started together in the midfield. Enough said? Enough said, people? Or do we need to continue on this crap? Serious talk. Serious talk. Enough said? Or we need to go even further than that? Why can't Arteta pull or tear something? Pull out of the club? That would be nice. I'm not a specialist in training and routines, but the fraud should have let the attacking players breathe more. He's destroying them 100%, and it's been happening like that for 2 years right now, which is insane. That shows Mikel Merino is shit. Should have bought Matt O'Reilly. Should have bought anyone besides Mikel Merino. I wanted personally Fabian Ruiz. People said I was dumb. I don't know what I was talking about. Merino is bare, and here we are. I was not happy with Merino's signing, especially how he dragged out the player on his last year of the deal as well. We could have signed quite a few players for that amount of money, and all of them would have been better than Mikel Merino. Like, it's actually insane. Actually insane when you come to think of it. How nuts and how low it has gone. It is insane. But yeah, today, obviously, the main focal point of the stream is Arsenal versus Port Vale. Port Vale versus Arsenal, since we play away, right? Carabao Cup preview. And the biggest statement about this game is that the squad depth is gonna be tested. I expect some main guys to start, but I expect Arteta to rotate as well. I expect Skelly to play, Mosquera to play. I expect Hincapié is injured, so he's not gonna play. Obviously, Timber is gonna play. I expect Banyeri. I expect Dauman. I expect these type of players. I expect them. I don't want to see Gyökeres, Saka, Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Gabriel, Saliba, Raya, Kepa as well. He should be playing this game without shadow of a doubt. But we just know that Mikel Arteta doesn't operate on the same level. He just doesn't do that. Merino is shit. Well, it stands to a point. I wanted the likes of Tielemans, Maddison, but in retrospect, they're injury prone as hell. Yes. Yeah, true. I wanted Maddison when we signed Odegaard. That was that time. I wanted that. That is the case. Exactly. And that's my point. It will be a fairly strong squad. But do you need a fairly strong squad to beat Port Vale? Okay. You don't, technically. Arsenal are talking about this like it's insane. We have the best depth in the league. If that is the case, rotate them. Rotate the starters and start the players who usually sit on the bench. And we still should have no problems. That should be the common predominator. That should be common sense here. But it's not going to be like that, is it? We all know that we don't have a right-wing option. Unless Banyeri plays there. If Mikel Arteta actually, for a change, pulls the finger out of his ass and starts him there. Which means Saka is going to play right-wing. We don't have a striker, which means Gyökeres is going to play there. We're going to get to starting 11 and everything in a bit, but it kind of, you already can see the pattern, can't you? You already can see the pattern that it's not going to be as straightforward as we would like to imagine. They're going to be main team players. And unfortunately, Saka is going to play. And a guy who has been rushed back, who is not fully ready, who is already, by the way, injured still, you can see that. One wrong tackle, and that is Saka done and dusted for good, pretty much. I would still trade Odegaard for Maddison and Mikel Merino for Tielemans right now. To be honest, same. I'm not going to lie. Our squad depth is being tested right now. True. It is being tested right now already. But let's be real, against Port Vale, you should be able to rotate. Because since these top gooners like to compare Mikel Arteta to Arsene Wenger, right? Think about it this way. You just know that if Wenger had the Port Vale in this Carabao Cup game, none of the main guys would be starting. And let's be real, maybe 3-4 of them would be even on the bench only. You would see under 21s, you would see the furthest reserves, and you would see the bench players that usually don't get to start. We already know that. And obviously, we also know that under Arsene Wenger, we actually would beat them. Under Mikel Arteta, with the rotation and everything, it gives me a worry. And I hate that I have to say this. I am worried about Port Vale away. Ironically enough, I am. And that is the nuts part. That is the nuts part. Also, I made a mistake when I said that Eze will be left wing tomorrow. He'll probably share the right wing position with Saka. Arteta hinted at that in his press conference. We're going to get to press conference. We're going to get to waffle settings. But it's actually kind of insane if you come to think of it. But yeah, since Andrew likes Mikel Arteta press conferences, we're going to get into it right now. I still don't really know what Merino's position is. He's in a 6, not creative enough to be an 8 or 10. Exactly. It's the same thing about Kai Havertz as well. Nobody knows his exact position. Because for Bayer Leverkusen at the time, he was, yes, he technically counted as a secondary striker / number 10, but he was floating around all over the place. He was on free roam type of role, right? At Chelsea, no idea. He had about 50 managers in two minutes. At Arsenal as well, he has played as an 8, as a number 9, as a number 10. There have been times when he's been a right wing. There have been times when he has been a left wing. For Germany, he plays left back. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And that is the same thing as well. Let's imagine the day Arteta gets sacked. Well, we can dream only of that. Let's be real. Big up Eros. Benteke music in the building, people. Benteke music is in the building. Brighton 3-0, people. Brighton 3-0. Cardiff have scored against Burnley 1-0. Wickham have scored against Wigan 1-0. And Wolves have scored against Everton 1-0. Fulham versus Cambridge, still 0-0. Lincoln versus Chelsea, still 0-0. Wrexham versus Reading, still 0-0. And Liverpool versus Southampton, still 0-0, people. Let's see what else happens. 10 likes, people. Big up to you all. Big up to, I don't expect big viewership because everyone's doing watch-alongs for Carabao Cup, so totally understand. I love them. It replaces the TV white noise for me. Benteke, yeah. You know it, Eras. Big up Pawan. I don't want to. Chelsea fan. He is a Chelsea fan, or she. Like, let's be real, he or she. Chelsea fan in the building. Big up to you all. Big up to Chelsea. How you haven't scored against Lincoln? That's the question for me at the moment. How you have not scored against Lincoln just yet? It's been what? More than half an hour it's been, and you still haven't scored against Lincoln. I'm doing good. I'm very drained. I didn't sleep pretty much at all last night. Had birthday party today, so I'm drained. I'm not gonna lie. But hey, things are must. Stream is a must. I'm not gonna lie. And if I wouldn't stream, I would have made a video of some sort 100% anyways. I don't miss a day of upload. I don't do that. I do a video or a stream, mostly streams. When I cannot stream, it's a video. And if I do a video as well, and even in some random times, I upload YouTube Shorts, I upload TikToks and everything. I am on the grind, as people say. Rice needs to play as a 6, stop trying to make him an 8. MLS is in the 8. Yeah, would make sense, but we know how this works with Arteta. If it makes sense, Arteta won't do it. If it makes sense, Arsenal won't do it. That is the motto of this club. Let's be real. Big up Gary. Don't waste a trip. Big up to you all. Big up to you, people. Go subscribe to Gary as well, Arsenal fan. Go subscribe to him. Here, his link is also in the chat. Big up Eros. Here is Gary's link, people. Go subscribe to him. Show him some love. Arsenal fan. Top guy. Fantastic guy. Because you took Noni from us. He's injured. He couldn't even play. So he wouldn't do you no good anyways. You can take Havertz back if you want. Tomorrow midfield must be Norgard, Ethan, and Eze in the 10. Well, we can only dream. See you later. I need to watch the match. Bless up. Big up to you. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for subscribing this morning. Big up to you. And enjoy the game. Let's see what Lincoln does against you. Yeah, people, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Big up Terry Tibbs. Big up Terry Tibbs. Big up Legend, at least Porto giving me joy at the moment. Arsenal are so bad to watch. Facts. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Will we be exciting to watch against Port Vale? Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes and subscribe. Anyways, Mickey Ross. Yeah. Mickey Ross settings. Mikel Arteta press conference. Waffle House settings. Pick up your syrup. Pick up your popcorn. And get some soda, beer, something. And let's do this. On Noni Madueke's injury. Yes, it looks he's going to be out for a few weeks. 2 months. Don't chat shit here. We don't know yet. We are probably going to have to scan him next week again. He felt something at the beginning of the match. See? He felt something at the beginning of the match. And Mikel Arteta still persisted with playing him, letting him be on the pitch instead of subbing on, for example, I don't know, Ethan Vanieri. Hey, who knew? Who literally knew? He tried to carry on in the halftime. He was too sore, so let's see. On if it's weeks rather than months, we hope so. So it's definitely months at the moment. Let's be real, people. It's definitely months. On how disappointing this for him, he was gutted, obviously. Very disappointing to see because he was in such a good state. He looked like a real threat, with no end product. He was getting some consistency, some flow into the team, and he looked like a real threat. So it's big miss for us. And to be honest, that is true. I'm not gonna lie. As much as Madueke has literally zero end product at Arsenal, at least, Madueke is still with taking on his opponents, with driving forward, being straightforward, right? He actually, he was very threatening. He had some decent crosses. Yes, he didn't have the best of shots, but yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, ultimately for Arsenal, it was some chaos in the attack, which we need desperately. We were too predictable. And he obviously provided us with a different dimension. And now that he's out, Saka is going to play, half-fit Saka. We all know how that's going to go, people. Big up, Nally. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, goddamn, this is Mickey Ross business. You know it, E-Ross. Mickey Ross, Mickey Mouse, and everything. Big up, everyone. Big up. Anyways, on Hincapie's injury, he picked up a little groin injury. See? Hasn't kicked the ball for Arsenal pretty much at all, and already has a groin injury. Fantastic job, Mikel. Whatever you do to them in the training, I beg you stop, because this is not funny anymore. We'll have to assess him again the next few days to see how he goes. There's been a change of load, and he didn't really have a preseason after the surgery that he had. We'll have to see in the next week or so how he is. On if there's time frame on it, no. Okay. On Havertz's injury. With Kai, we know it will be months with him. I don't know if it can be weeks. You never know, because it's Kai, and he's different specimen. That's a word and a half Mikel Arteta is using. We really miss him. Hopefully he will be back for a long term as well. So it's very important to look after the knee. So far, he's progressing pretty damn well. On the injuries are just down to bad luck. Oh, this would be good. We looked at everything. The one with Noni is bad luck. It's a very unfortunate incident. With Kai, something similar. No, it's not. He was rushed back. He got injured against Wolves. Ben White, it was similar. Yeah, because it has nothing to do with the fact that Ben White was playing for 3 months with necessity for surgery. Then he gets it. He comes back, and he gets played, and he picks up a knock instantly. He wasn't properly recovered. With Odegaard, same as all the guys that have been out, very similar, because he damaged his shoulder twice during the same action on the floor, which is very unlikely to happen. Nothing to go with the fact that he screwed up his shoulder before. With Bukayo Saka, it was more of a muscular injury with the hamstring because he was rushed back last season. Maybe something to took more in depth, and we absolutely did that. We tried to keep that as low as possible. That's what we are trying to do. Phenomenal. What the hell is that? Big up, Abs. Big up Waffle Don for the raid. Big up to you, my man. Go subscribe to Waffle Don, people. Go subscribe to us. Abs does cannot speak even. I'm genuinely dead tired. Does elite content there. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Bad luck, Arze. Yeah, he is bad luck. Exactly. He is bad luck. And by the way, as PW is saying, Chelsea at the moment are losing to Lincoln Town 1-0. Lincoln Town just scored. A guy named Street. A guy named Street just scored for Lincoln Town, and they are 1-0 up against, well, Chelsea. Big up Fusion is not Jazz. Big up to you, my man. Big up to you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, bro. And yeah, on being able to give minutes to different players in the Carabao Cup tomorrow. Well, let's see about that one, Chief. Yes, it's a lot of players that are going to take part in that, and they fully deserve the minutes. Kepa for sure is one of them. Kepa must play tomorrow. He's been with us. His attitude, the way he supports is in every aspect of his role has been best possible manner. All this as well, they deserve more minutes than what they are getting. Yeah, Yeri deserves tenfold more minutes. Dauman deserves minutes. Skelly deserves tenfold more minutes, and more and more and more and more people. Like, what is he even waffling about here? It's his choice that he starts Calafiori over Skelly. And everything. It's like he doesn't play Eze in the 10. Yeri holds the bench despite the fact that he just signed a new deal and there was talks about more minutes. So far, we have seen literally nothing of that. Nothing. Madueke lesbian and unfortunately injured, playing good. He was doing decently well. Yeah, people. Here is Abs' channel, Waffle Don's channel. People, go subscribe to Waffle Don. Show him some love. It's not the worst waffle session, to be fair, but session, but fair. But there was a journalist there that is a podcaster. It might be on top good as gaslighting. He gave and won that paycheck. So who was it? Harry Symeou, Tom Canton? Who was it? Kappa Watts? Who was it? Anyways, on if he's surprised by the reaction to our approach against Man City. In football, surprised? I'm not surprised about anything. Well, that pretty much tells everything you know. Everything you know. What you want to know about Mikel Arteta. I'm not surprised about anything. No, because I don't read it, the reaction, but I do get told a little bit what the narrative is around. I get told a little bit. Let's be real. He gets reported every single bit, not just a little bit. If you tell me that this is the main one, if I'm surprised, I'll be extremely surprised with my knowledge and my know-how. With my knowledge and my know-how. Only thing you know is how to get players injured, not to change tactics. Be smug, smile like a prick, waffle in interviews, squeeze lemons, pickpocket your own players, have a dog, blast some music on the speakers, and, well, let's be real, not win anything. And how I analyze football game, it's impossible for anybody to predict such a dominance from Arsenal throughout 96 minutes because it never happened in 17 years of Pep Guardiola as a manager. Freaking hell. This is waffle. Sorry. This is waffle and a half. This is specifically for top Gunners. This overall paragraph is for top Gunners to go and run with it, so then the cult stays strong, basically. So if there's narrative goes somewhere else and we talk about dominance about something else, how can you be dominant against such a team if you have a handbrake? See? This is specifically for the cult of Mikel Arteta. Dominance and handbrake are two different words. But I accept everything. I will learn more to have different vision. How about you learn how to attack? How about you learn how to play attacking football? How about you learn how to make proper substitutions? How about you learn in-game management? How about you learn to basically let off the handbrake, actually? How about you learn when to make subs and how to make subs? How about you learn to have more than one plan for the game? And how about you learn not to waffle in the interviews? And how about you learn how to open the door at Arsenal and leave? How about that? How about goddamn that? This whole paragraph is specifically for top gooners and Arteta cultists, just so they have something to pounce on. 100%. Hopefully tomorrow, Kepa, Vanieri, Skelly, Norgard. Well, most likely Norgard is back from injuries from the hospital. Skelly should be getting something. Pause. And everything. Like, it's actually going like that. Shocking display of things that it was Tom Canton. Shocking. Yeah, I want names. Accountability is the best ability. At least I think it was Tom by the voice. Maybe I'm wrong. I see. 2:29 a.m. Big up. Singapore, I think. Indonesia or Singapore. I think it was Singapore. I might be wrong. I always get them mixed up. But yeah, big up to Fusion's not Jazz, but staying up at half third. Damn, his ego is writing checks that his ass can cash 100%. Sorry, but saying good night might be misinterpreted up anyway. His ego is absolutely astonishing to me. Yeah. And Dauman's not going to play tomorrow. He's not going to start tomorrow. He might play a bit tomorrow, but he's definitely not starting tomorrow. Robo, how about you learn about the pure genius, Mr. Selling My Farts Arteta works? Yeah. And then how about I chew a brick for dinner? I grind my ass on broken glass? And how about I chew a lemon and become a lemon? Indonesia, here we go. Indonesia. See, I get them mixed up. It's Jakarta, right? It was Jakarta. It has to be Jakarta, right? On why Miles Lewis Skelly hasn't played as much this season so far. Yes. Why Skelly hasn't played as much this season so far. Yes. Phenomenal answer. And sometimes performances of the other players as well. You can be at really good level, but somebody can be at different level. Which just that I have the perception at the moment that it's better to play or start somebody else in the team. Don't beat around the bush. You wanted Calafiori in the first place. If he wasn't injured last season, he would have played almost every single game. You played Skelly last year. You lucked out once again just because you had no left backs to play. And you got lucky that Skelly was that good. And now that your boy toy Calafiori is fit, Skelly is not seeing the pitch. It doesn't mean Skelly has done something wrong at all. I wouldn't argue about that one, Chief. Completely the opposite. So when he has the chance, he has to try to show the level that he is at, elevate it, and make decisions even harder. Even harder. Pause. On if it's fluid situation regarding where Miles can play. Yes, fluid, especially because if you look at the amount of time that Skelly defends and attacks in certain spaces, of course, we're talking about Galactica, he's much more a midfielder than a fullback. Oh, fucking hell. We've been saying that for about 3-4 years. Since he was in the academy, everyone saw that he's a midfielder. He's an 8, then more than he's a left back. But hey, you said yourself, you envision Skelly as a left back. Because you want to invert. You have to force someone out of position. But there are moments that he needs to be in that position. He can absolutely do it. He's shown it. He's done it at highest level in the Champions League, so there's no question about that. Watch. Just watch. He's much more midfielder than a fullback. Just watch tomorrow when starting 11 comes out. If Miles Lewis Skelly starts, he's going to be a left back. Because we don't have left backs in the team. Calafiori, he's not going to risk Calafiori before the Newcastle game, is he? Which means Miles Lewis Skelly is going to be a left back. He's not going to play Skelly in the midfield. Just watch. Because Arteta does these mental gymnastics and waffle settings so much, when in the end he does nothing. On when Martin Odegaard might be back and if he needs surgery, no surgery. He's totally fine. He's already been training. It will be a matter of days, I think. On how to find balance of getting Max Dauman minutes while being around the first team. Well, we're going to get into that in a second. Let's see what you're saying in the chat, people. Touch poetry. Pretty much, yeah. Chew a lemon and become a lemon. Yeah, basically. Carrots yesterday, lemons today. Can't get anywhere else. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I would say, definitely. Golly, it's fuming. When Yeri signs new contract, cannot understand why he not... Yeah. He hasn't played pretty much at all. He's getting microwave minutes, isn't he? How much Ranieri has played this season? Just out of curiosity, because Mikel Arteta says about this new deal and everything, let's see. Ho 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 ho. Ranieri's minutes this season, people. Ho, ho. Ethan Ranieri minutes this season, people. He has played in 3 games, 72 minutes against Forest, 52 against Leeds, and 6 against Man City. So overall, he has played 130 minutes over the course of 5 games. Like, he started against Forest, that I remember. Against Leeds, he also looks like he started. Oh no, Odegaard got injured against Leeds. That's why Ranieri came on. Which means if Odegaard doesn't get injured against Leeds, Ranieri is not coming on. Best case scenario, he comes on around 80th, 85th minute. Best case scenario, by the way. Best case scenario. Which means he lucked out with the 52 minutes he played against the Leeds. Absolutely lucked out. So he has played 130 minutes. 1 start, 2 off the bench. No, 3 subs, sorry. 3 times substituted in. Yeah. 1 start, 2 subs, yeah. It's actually insane. If you look at it that way, it's actually kind of insane, to say the least. 9 maybe, yeah. The last game, definitely. It was less than 9 even. Like, it's actually kind of nuts. On how to find balance for Max getting into the team. Well, learning from him, probably. First of all, preparing and having very good understanding of his new situation, all the things that are different in his life. So we need to change his times. We need to change his education. Don't screw him up with your stupid tactics of recycling the ball. Probably his allocation, where he is with his family, his diet is different, his sleep patterns become different, the training load is different, the amount of information, pressure, and exposure is different. So we have to manage a lot of factors. Into that, a lot of factors, you add a lot of minutes with very different teams as well. We need to be cautious, and that's what we're trying to do in the best possible way, to find the balance to keep Max as connected as possible with the first team, because he's undoubtedly a player that can help the first team. But that's why we need the right mixture of minutes, like he did the other day with the under-23s and with England, to have the exposure. When he needs to play with us, he's ready to do that. No, bloody hell, that was waffle and a half. Funny how we were proud of the youth last season, and this preseason now we can't watch them being criminally neglected. Yeah, and let's be real. Last season, Ranieri and Skelly both just played by pure sheer luck. They got the amount of minutes. Because Ranieri, Odegaard gets injured, everyone says start Ranieri. He doesn't play. He played Trossard there, Havertz, Merino, Zinchenko, everyone played there besides Ranieri. Arsenal fan base were starting to have doubts and they were starting to kick off. After that, Saka gets injured. And on the right wing, who do we see? Martinelli, Havertz, Trossard, and still no Ranieri. Then fan base really kicked off on social media. And all of a sudden, Ranieri plays the next game. All of a sudden. The same can be applied to Miles Lewis-Skelly to some extent. Because Calafiori got injured and he was consistently injured. He didn't rate Zinchenko as a left back, and he didn't rate Kivior as a left back. So only option he had was Miles Lewis-Skelly, who is not even a left back. He was a midfielder who plays there. So again, he lucked out. He threw shit at the wall, and he just decided to see what sticks. Unluckily for him, Skelly stuck. Let's be real. The luckiest manager in the world. That Max Dauman question sounded like Tom's question in the presser, but again, I'm not 100% sure, so don't hang the messenger. I just found Arteta's answer amusing. Dauman is not playing tomorrow. Yeah, he's not. Best case scenario, he's going to come on as a sub for about 10-15 minutes. Best case scenario. He's not starting tomorrow at all. He should, because if it was Arsene Wenger, he would be starting. If it was Wenger, Skelly, Ranieri, and Max Dauman all would be starting. Let's be real. On how older players react to getting nutmegged by him. Who the fuck cares? Sorry. Who the fuck actually cares? Who asked this question? He needs to be sacked from the soul. He needs to be sacked from these press conferences right now on the spot. Who the fuck asked this question? On if Bukayo Saka needs to be eased back in. He needs minutes and he's demanding that as well. Obviously, when he's been out for a while, you just need to get in the rhythm. You need to get that confidence on the pitch and repeat actions and exposure. We will do that gradually because he's been out for a while, but I like what I saw the other day when he came on. Hold on. Question for the chat, right? Question for the chat. Wait, let me turn off my camera for a second. I'm still here, people. Don't worry. Question for the chat. What did Saka do in the 45 minutes against Man City? What did he do? Because on top of my head, I do not remember, I'm not gonna lie, anything. I don't remember anything on top of my head, hence why I am asking you all. What did Saka do that Arteta must like so much? Nothing. See? Nothing. And Arteta liked that he did nothing, I guess. And if we are looking at using Gabriel Martinelli on the right after his goal against City, he can. And a lot of the runs that he makes sometimes as well are from central positions in relation to what phase of play we are playing and what his starting position is. And actually, his impact has been really, really good for the team. And if he's frustrated by the narrative, of us not taking the handbrake off, here we go again. No, I was just surprised because when I saw everything and watching it back of all the stats, I was surprised. But I respect everybody's opinion. If I can see and learn something that I haven't seen, I'm more than happy to do so. So that's never an issue. I don't think that one player makes that. When you see the behavior of our team, if you're going to define that with one player playing one position, I understand a collective sport in a completely different way. Then we played it. I assume that means Eze. I would assume that means Eze. On the right hand, Ebbs. That has to be Eze. Could he play 90 minutes? That's a question that I put to myself because none of you know the load that he can do. So it's easy so he can... Oh, fucking hell. Like, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Seriously. Shut the hell up. Nothing more I can say. That was pain and a half, to say the least. He's gonna run Saka down into the ground again now that Madueke is out. Yes, 100%. Saka has been rushed back, and that's gonna continue. He's gonna get injured once again sometime soon. Kepa should play tomorrow without shadow of a doubt. I'm tired watching Raya keeping the ball too long with his feet. Makes me insecure every time he does it. Raya, like, for me, biggest issue with David Raya for me is the fact that he is fulfilling Mikel Arteta's ambition and mission to play him as a number 6. He plays CDM/center back most of the time, and that really pisses me off. Eze with Saka on right wing. That doesn't mean that Eze won't start at right wing. Eze might start on the right wing, and Saka might be on the bench. Who knows? Chill, more players do nothing. Yeah. But it's actually insane. It is actually insane. But people, it's that time. It is that time. Let's build our own starting 11. What starting 11 would you want to see tomorrow? Isak scores. Liverpool 1-0. Yes, Liverpool is 1-0 up. Alexander Isak has scored. Oh, here we go. He is kicking off. They will share that position tomorrow. As subs or as starters? as subs or as starters. Anyways, Kepa must be in goal. Like, let's be real, Kepa in goal. Kepa in goal without shadow of a doubt. Big up G Will should not play Eze in this game. True, should not, but he has no options, allegedly. What is even the squad from Liverpool? Liverpool's squad for today's game is as follows. Mamardashvili in goal, Frimpong as a right back, Leone Gomez as center backs, Robertson as a left back, Endo and Curtis Jones as midfielders, Chiesa as a right winger, Rio as a left winger, Nyoni as a number 10, and Alexander Isak as the striker. And of course, the usual suspects on the bench. Bradley, Ekitike, Kirkes, Morrison, Pilling. Yeah, he has given lots of players rest. No Van Dijk, none of the main guys in the team at all. They are not even on the bench as reserves. Not even on the bench as reserves. So we'll see. 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 Another news. More news, right? More news. Anush has scored another goal for Arsenal under 21s. They play against Newport at the moment. Arsenal 21s are playing against Newport. 2-1 up with 2-3 minutes to go. Anush scored, and who scored the second goal? Hey. Who scored the second goal? No idea, to be honest. They are not showing. The thing is, though, Max Dauman is not with the team, which means he's going to be with our main team. Max Dauman is going to be with our main squad. Who are these players? I know most of them. Bench, definitely not. Some definitely. And compared to our 80% full squad in starting 11. Yeah. Anyways, starting 11. Well, is White fit? Is Ben White fit, people? Is Ben White fit? That kind of depends who starts at right back. Is Ben White fit? Anyone know is Ben White fit? Because I think he is fit, but I kind of not so sure at the moment. Is Ben White fit? Because at the moment I'm a bit confused. I'm gonna remove him. Center backs. Well, who was the Mosquera? Skelly. I think this could be the, let's just say Timba for the sake of an argument, I guess. I think this could be the back line for the game. White isn't 100% fit just yet. I see. I think this could be the back line for two reasons. First, we don't have too many backups in those positions. The other thing is, Saliba, yes, he played against City full 90. He didn't even play full 90. He got subbed off. But before Newcastle game, 100% Arteta will want to get some game time for Saliba. So I expect Saliba to start with giving Gabriel a rest, right? And when the subs are necessary, if Saliba comes off, I think Calafiori might go center back and together with Mosquera. I think that could happen. But since Ben White might not be 100% fit, Simber is going to start. And Calafiori is going to get a rest. And I think Skelly also will start. I really want to rotate, but can't figure out how. Yeah, same, 100% same. Yes, Hincapié is injured as well. He has a groin injury. Hincapié has a groin injury. And yeah, he's going to be out for I would assume a few weeks. Hincapié has, yeah. He has a groin injury. Arteta also has confirmed that. So he's out as well. So we don't even have that. Chelsea have scored, by the way. Yeah, I know. He got injured before the City game. It was announced that he is injured. Before the City game, it got announced that Hincapié is injured. Chelsea have scored. George scored. George scored for Chelsea 1-1. Wow. Yeah, I know. Beautiful. I know. Beautiful. He's out for this game, defo, but maybe the fraud is lying. Well, he wasn't available for City game. He said before the game that he has an injury, which I would lead me to believe that he's not going to be also available for tomorrow's game. Kind of don't believe that he's saying he has a groin injury and in 2 days he miraculously has recovered for it fully to start a game. Kind of don't want to believe that. I don't know if Hincapié was injured. He is. Where is it? My nose is so itchy, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. See? Hincapié picked up a little groin injury. We have to look in the next week. Look in the next week on how he is. I think that will be a short-term injury. Next week, so this week he's out. Most likely he's not going to be available for Port Vale. He's not going to be available for Newcastle. The fraud said so, yeah. And on this one, I actually trust him because he wasn't even on the bench for City game. So that definitely tells something, doesn't it? He was not available for City, and he's not going to be available for Port Vale and also for Newcastle. I would expect that. Unfortunately, that is the case. Anyways, midfield people. I don't even know. What we saying this? Trusted Arsenal. Yeah, I know, but I think it is. Norgard right back, Alafiori left back, and MLS. I mean, it's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. For me, Calafiori has played every single game so far this season. He's been injury free and he has played for Italy. I think Mikel Arteta against Port Vale is gonna give him a rest. Should be the case. I really want to give Timber and Gabi a break for before before Newcastle. Yeah, I get it, but for me, I think that could be the case. Would this be the lineup for tomorrow? Would that be the lineup for tomorrow? Question for you all. Would that be a lineup for tomorrow? Because I'm thinking about this. 2-1 Chelsea. Chelsea have scored again? Holy crap. Chelsea 2-1 from 1-0 down. Buonanotte has scored from George's assist. What you mean? That Italian galloping steed doesn't have enough stamina? No. He's injury prone as he is. I don't think against Port Vale, Arteta will want to take a risk just before the Newcastle game. That's my point. So since we don't, Kepa has to start over Raya, right? For me, Timber is gonna start because we have nobody there unless he plays like someone from the youth team at the end of the day, or Norgard. I don't know. Saliba most likely is gonna play some minutes and as a starter because he looked very shaky against City. He didn't play full 90, and Mikel Arteta will want to get some game time into him before the Newcastle game. Mosquera, I think, is gonna start as well. He has played quite a lot as a left-sided center back for Valencia, so that should not be an issue. The thing is, come time in the second half, I can see Calafiori coming on, for example, as a center back, or Gabriel coming on as a center back for Saliba, and then Mosquera is gonna go as a right-sided center back, and the left-footed center back is gonna be a left center back. I can see that happening during in the second half. I can see that. Skelly has to start because Calafiori needs a rest. Those are my reasons. Norgard must start because he hasn't played anything, and Zubimendi and Rice cannot play full 90s all the time. Merino, well, he has to start someone in there, and Merino, I think, is the best bet he can do because we don't have that many midfielders unless Declan Rice starts, right? Vangieri in the 10, for me personally, Vangieri in the 10. I would start Vangieri in the 10. Gyökeres up top because, well, we have nobody there. Unless he starts Merino up top and puts Eze in the midfield. That is also an option. Saka on the right wing. I think after that, maybe Eze is going to come on the right wing. That could be also the case. And for the left side, I'm going with Martinelli because, well, he came on as a sub. He would be more fresh than Trossard. Fuck sakes. People talking about our squad depth, but we still end up putting pretty much our strongest 11. To some extent, yes. To some extent, yes. I would start Eze tomorrow. I would as well, but where? I can see maybe this. How about this? How about this? Sit Merino, he doesn't play on Sunday. He's gonna play on Sunday. Merino is going to play on Sunday. That is the thing. We don't have enough midfielders. I think Merino is going to start and Declan Rice is going to get subbed on, or vice versa. One or the other. Because we don't have enough midfielders to rotate fully and everything. And of course, the injuries. But the fraud has accountability in this whole situation. Exactly. That's all on him. Start as a keeper. What? Start Eze in goal instead of Kepa? What do you mean? Eros, lay off the booze. Lay off the booze, Eros. It's Tuesday. You have work tomorrow. Do you think this 11 could win? It should win, but hey, we know it's Arsenal. No matter how you look at it. Could this be the 11? For me, the biggest issue is the left 8 and the striker, because those are two positions we literally have nobody in there. I like Eze in his natural 10 position. Same. I absolutely would love to see him there, which means Odegaard has to find another spot. Yeah, exactly. Bench. That's the correct spot for Martin Odegaard. The bench. Or another team. That is the other correct spot for Martin Odegaard, in my opinion. But hey, that's a different story, of course. But Odegaard still is not fully fit. Based on Mikel Arteta's interview, Odegaard is still working on things and he is not fully fit. Hence why he is not going to play. So, Eze in the 10. I think Gyökeres will be up top because we have no strikers to play there unless Martinelli plays down the middle. And if we play Trossard on the wing, we have no subs for wings. So, unless we, I don't know, Max Dauman maybe, but Dauman is not going to start as well. Let's be real, people. So, that's a bit different. Arteta would, well, hey. It's Stoke, it's windy, it's the ball, it's rainy, it's Eze. When we get 1-0 Port, no, 1-0 Port Vale. Well, then tomorrow is going to be a big question. Can Arsenal do it on a rainy day at Stoke? That's going to be the answer Arsenal are going to try to answer. I'm actually expecting a Harry from Gyökeres within 55 minutes. Gyökeres, if Gyökeres starts this game and he doesn't bag goals, it's going to be hell. It's going to be hell on earth by all other teams' fan base. And to be honest, from myself as well, let's be real. It's going to be hell on earth. There will be debt to be paid. There will be something that someone has to pay. Gyökeres must score tomorrow. At least 2, by the way. If he starts, Gyökeres must score too. Although he just played. Did he play full 90? He played full 90 against City, so who knows? Gyökeres must be fit against Newcastle, so yeah. Questions will be asked, and even big ones as well. So for me, that is the thing. We want to rotate, right? We don't have enough players to rotate with. Oh, but we have injuries. Yet still, people persist to say that we have the best depth in the league. We have amazing depth. We have injuries and we have nobody to rotate with. Timber is a starter. Saliba is a starter. Eze should be a starter. Gyökeres is a starter. Martinelli is so half the squad are starters anyways. That is the nuts part. We are rotating. We have the best depth in the league, as top gunners say. Yet still, with all the rotations, we have half the squad of the main 11 out there. That is the nuts part because no matter how you look at it, there will be stars in the team. We don't have that big of a depth that people want to say. Yeah, obviously, Ben White is out. Hincapié is out. Odegaard is out. Havertz is out. Madueke is out. Who else is out? Jesus is out. Quite a few, though. We won. But we actually really can't unless we just put under 21s or whatever. Yeah, but under 21s played literally 5 minutes ago. The under 21s game finished. Literally 5 minutes ago, which means none of the under 21 players are going to play there, is it? Are they? Anush started, played full 90 and everything. I don't think Arteta is going to risk it. He cannot afford to risk it. If it was Wenger, he would do it without shadow of a doubt, very confidently and very good as well. Since it's Mikel Arteta, he won't risk it. He doesn't have the backbone to do it as well, even if he could. Let's be real. He doesn't have the cojones. Anyways, people, what are your predictions for the game tomorrow? Predictions. Port Vale, versus Arsenal. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. kickoff in Stoke. What's going to be the scoreline? What are your predictions, people? What are you expecting from this game? What are you expecting from Port Vale? What are you expecting from Arsenal? And how do you envision the scoreline is going to look like at the end of the game? I'm very sorry, I'm genuinely beat. 3-1 Arsenal. 4-0 Arsenal. Damn. 4-0 Arsenal. 3-1 Arsenal. Gyökeres should not be played in this game. Play Martinelli center forward and see how he gets on. That's a prop. Yeah, I 100% will agree with that. The thing is, though, we need rotation in this team. One thing, though. I can also see this. Can also see this. Because Martinelli, yeah, Gyökeres needs confidence, but he's going to get run into the ground before Newcastle, unless, let's just say, in around 50th, 60th minute, he gets pulled off. And for who then? Unless Martinelli sits on the bench and then he gets subbed on as a striker. We have nobody to put up there unless Merino goes striker. Let's be real, people, one or the other. For example, Gyökeres comes off for Declan Rice. Rice goes into the midfield and Merino goes up top. There's a possibility of that because we have seen it before. So it's at home. Yeah, pretty much. Arsenal play not at home, though. No, they don't. They play away at Stoke against Port Vale. We have an away game this round, at least. We play in Stoke. Yes, we play like Stoke FC. So we are basically at home, people. What did you expect? We play ugly tapas police football, and we are Stoke City FC, pretty much. Wrexham are winning against Reading, which is quite interesting, to be honest. Broadhead scored. What are the lineups? Burton, Doyle, Ska, Brown, Barnett, James, Thomas, McLean, Broadley, Smith. Okonkwo is on the bench. Okay, cool. Okonkwo is on the bench. But yeah, Port Vale is near Stoke. Exactly. So it's basically a home game for Arsenal if you look at it that way. It's home game at Arsenal. For me personally, by the way, people, I didn't say my prediction. I'm gonna say 3-0 Arsenal. 3-0 Arsenal. It should be light work. This game should be light work. But hey, go figure with Arsenal, right? Go figure with Arsenal. Sorry, everyone, stupid joke. Dude, don't worry. You are on booze already. I don't blame you. It's Tuesday, though. You have work tomorrow, but hey, I can't judge. So, yeah. So, yeah, people. It is what it is. But yeah. Wait, hold on. Uh-huh. 15 likes, people. 15 likes. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. But I think on that note, I'm gonna end today's stream because I've had a very, very goddamn long day today. So I'm gonna prepare for tomorrow. Another long day ahead of me, by the way, tomorrow. But yeah, for today, I'm gonna be signing off. So people, like the stream, subscribe if you're new. Have a nice evening. Enjoy football tomorrow. Since the game is tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time, there will be no stream tomorrow. There will be a video tomorrow. I just don't know about what just yet. I'm gonna figure that out. There will be some shorts. There should be some shorts as well tomorrow. I've been promising you shorts on YouTube for about 2 days now. I think tomorrow I finally will have time to actually get to them. So hopefully there will be some YouTube shorts out as well. But for today, stay safe, stay amazing. Have a nice day today. Have a nice day tomorrow, and hopefully gonna see you soon. Peace.